If you are on your self-improvement journey, I am sure that you are aware of the fact that doing the work for self-improvement isn't the hard thing, but just getting started is the hard thing to do. With self-improvement, you have multiple habits that you have to do daily. You have working out, you have meditating, gratitude journaling. Obviously, this varies from person to person, but there's like the general habits, and of course, there's other ones as well. But I find myself actually enjoying those habits a lot when I'm doing them. Like, I love working out. It's just getting started is what sucks. Isn't that weird though, how we know that we like to do a certain habit, but for some reason we still delay doing it, even though we know it's good for us. We know that it builds discipline and consistency, and we are becoming bigger versions of ourselves, but still for some reason we hesitate to get started on it. And we still contemplate about how if we should just doom scroll on our phone instead of working out or instead of meditating. That comes from a lack of discipline. You are experiencing it, that's why you're watching this video. I experience it, that's why I'm making this video, because it's something that I've learned recently about myself. So again, the work itself isn't that bad. It's just getting started is the thing that sucks. That comes from a lack of discipline, like I said. Because discipline is doing what you need to do despite how you feel. Sticking to the plan even though you don't feel like doing it now. But what if I were to tell you that there is a secret method to becoming disciplined in one day? Very quickly, if you're still watching this video, that means that you have a top 1% attention span, which means that you are ahead of 99% of people because you are trying to become a bigger version of yourself. You aren't satisfied with your life and where you are. So, mad respect to you if you are still here watching this video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew and I help men become the biggest versions of themselves through self-improvement. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this year. I'm at 55 right now, so if you could like and subscribe and do all that shit, I'd really appreciate it. Back to the video. So the secret method to becoming disciplined in one day through what is called the breadcrumb method. I'll explain what it is in a little bit, but I just discovered this past week, and I've been in the self-improvement realm for a couple of years now, and the fact that I'm now discovering it shows just how unpopular it is. But for me, it was life-changing, and I don't know why people aren't talking about it, but that's why I'm making this video, because it really helped me, so I'm hoping it will have the same effect with you. Essentially, the breadcrumb method is you building discipline little by little. So part of the reason why we lack the discipline to do our self-improvement habits is because the task seems daunting. So if you have to work out, you know that the workout is going to take like an hour and a half, depending on how long you work out. And that can seem really daunting, and you think, oh, I don't have the time because I have to do X, Y, and Z. It just seems like it's going to take up way too much time, and you aren't quite ready to stick to something for that long. We don't have the discipline to do that. And so the breadcrumb method, like I said, is you are building discipline little by little. Breadcrumb by breadcrumb until you build like a whole loaf of bread or something like that. I don't really know why it's called the breadcrumb method, but yeah, we'll just stick with that. So I will use meditating as an example. I love meditating. It makes my days so much better. I feel the benefits immediately when I'm doing it, after I'm doing it. The next day I feel the benefits. It's just something that I really love to do because the benefits are automatic, like I said. But I have a really hard time sitting down and setting a time to meditate. In the beginning, it's really boring for me, and I struggle with just sitting there and being consistent with that. I like to be active, so there are like 100 other things that I would like to do, but I know that deep down I do love doing this. It's just my mind playing tricks on me. And so I implemented the breadcrumb method into this habit. What you want to do is you want to get a pen and paper and write down meditate 5 minutes and then put a square box next to it. I don't know if there's any other box besides a square box, but you get the point. With me, I'm comfortable with doing 5 minutes of meditating straight, but with you, it can be 3 minutes, it can be 1 minute, it can be 30 seconds, it can be 10 seconds. Whatever duration is comfortable for you until you start getting uncomfortable with meditating, then just go to that point. For me, 5 minutes, for you could be a minute, 30 seconds, whatever works for you. So you set a timer and you meditate. For 5 minutes, I will do that, and then the timer will go off. And then I stop it. I check the box off for 5 minutes. I write down meditate 5 minutes with another box. And then I close my eyes and I meditate again for 5 minutes. because this seems more achievable and accessible rather than if I wrote down meditate 30 minutes straight. That seems really daunting for now. I will get to that point eventually, but right now I don't feel comfortable sitting down for that long. But with the breadcrumb method, I'm still going to achieve that goal of 30 minutes, but split up in little bits and pieces at a time. And you might think, well, why do you have to have the pen and paper with the box and everything? It's because once you do the 5 minutes of meditating or of whatever you're doing, you check it off, you get a little bit of dopamine every single time you check off that box, because you know that you just did something that will help you and that you are proud of. And so you get a little dopamine boost, and that inspires you to stay for another 5 minutes. And then you do that 5 minutes and you check it off, you get another dopamine boost. You do that over and over again until you reach your final destination. So for me, it was like 30 minutes of meditating. So I did the 5 minutes of meditating 6 times, and then I stopped. But the thing is that you can use this for everything. You can use it for working out. If you have a hard time working out for an hour straight, then just do 5 minutes at a time. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, over and over again. With meditating, like I said, you can do it that way. With journaling or gratitude journaling, just 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, over and over again. You will see an insane transformation in how disciplined you become. You will go from somebody who was trying to avoid the hard work to someone who looks forward to doing the hard work. This isn't what you want to do for the rest of your life. This is little stepping stones for you to get to the point where you can meditate for 30 minutes straight. Like right now, meditate for 5 minutes is what I have. But a month from now, it might be meditate 10 minutes at a time. And then the next month after that, 15 minutes at a time. And then 20, then 30. And then all of a sudden, I might be at that point where 30 minutes is comfortable for me. That is the ultimate goal. You don't want to be doing this for the rest of your life. This is just how you become more disciplined. And like I said, it happens in one day. You start becoming addicted to this habit, and eventually, like I said, you will become so disciplined and so addicted to this that you will start to overachieve, and the time frames will get longer, and you will be more comfortable with it, and you will become even more disciplined and more addicted to self-improvement, which is what we ultimately want. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe and do all that shit. My name is Matthew, and I will see you next time.